Hello and welcome to my channel In Search of Wonder. My name is Anne and today I have a Christmas haul to show you. First off, even my coffee is a Christmas gift. My sister picked up some coffee on her way to Christmas and gave it to us as gifts, and the particular coffee that she got was roasted in West Virginia, and it's called Almost Heaven. So it does taste pretty good. And I made a pour over using my brand new gooseneck water tea kettle, which was fun. So that is quite delicious. So I have all of my bookish related Christmas gifts and other items here. So let me start with the non-books. One of my sisters got me this tin of literary teas, and of course, Jane Austen. Definitely this will be featuring prominently next year in the year-long celebration of Jane Austen. And I love the sound of the ingredients. Black tea, spearmint, lavender flowers, and vanilla flavor. That just sounds like an amazing combination. And then I got these pens from another sister, which are super fun colors, but also they say on them, "You deserve rave reviews. You're my favorite character." And what does that say? It's something on an instant classic. Okay, well, I don't know what all it says. I don't know how hard it is to get it out. Oh, here we go. You're an instant classic. So those are the pens. Super cute. Definitely have to use them to write in my reading journal, of course. And also this bookmark with that Pride and Prejudice cover design, which I love. I have a bag with the same design on it. My favorite bag, naturally. And then this ornament, which is teacher related, but also bookish because of the little textbooks. Also, how cute is this? The little drawers slide out. Now, I don't know what one puts in there, but the books slide open. Not knowing that I had one, my sister picked up this Shakespeare Insults mug, which I don't know if you remember a few weeks back, I actually had picked one up at a thrift store, but now I have a backup because in my experience, these are fun mugs. I like them from the Unemployed Philosophers Guild, but I have had a Jane Austen, well, I don't have the Jane Austen one anymore, and I have a First Lines one, but I think one of them is it might be the second one I own. I've broken at least two. I feel like they break more easily. I don't know. Anyway, back up. Let's move on to the books from other family members that I got. So my younger son, he ordered from my Amazon wish list, and I got these print-on-demand copies of Jane Austen's lesser works, if you will, The Watsons, which is unfinished, and Lady Susan, which is her epistolary novella. So I have these copies, which I had specifically put these ones. I mean, they're not, like expensive, great editions or anything, but I liked the design on them and the front cover, and I liked that they were all matching. It is annoying that they're not all the same size. And then my sister got me the Love and Friendship one, which is one of her Juvenilia epistolary books. So this is fun. Now these two are the same size, but then this one is slightly larger. But anyways, they match each other and they're just pretty. Otherwise, I have these books in one bind up, but it's just like the Oxford Classics, whatever. It's not a very pretty bind up, just very basic. So I like these. I like that they look nice and they have a nice feel to them also. And then my other sister got me this, Live Your Truth by Alisa Childers. She needed something to bump up her order at the Baker Book House to get free shipping. And so she looked at my Goodreads to see what books were on there that she might be able to get me. And so this was one of them. And I've been meaning to read this for a long time. And then another sister picked up this for me, which I love this book. It has all of the covers of Jane Austen books in different editions. So this is a lot of fun to peruse through. From another sister, A Lady's Guide to Marvels and Misadventure. So I'm planning on buddy reading this next year. Now I have my own copy. I got this one, which is a very long Christian nonfiction another book to add to my very large Christian nonfiction shelf of books that I have not read yet. So I don't know when I will get to this one, but this is Freed from Sin. I think this may be a self-published book by a pastor in Ohio or something. There's that one. And then, just to be funny, one of my sisters got me Emma, the manga version. I have never read any manga ever, so this will be fun. And like, you know, sort of the back, graphic novel style. So that could be a lot of fun. I may read this version whenever we read Emma for the Jane Austen celebration. Well, I'll read the real Emma too, but that one is fun. Earlier in the season, we went to a Christmas party, my staff Christmas party, and it was hosted by one of the board members at our school. And side note, he had the most amazing house. His mother, I think, had designed it. She was an architect and she had studied under Frank Lloyd Wright. And so you could definitely see the Frank Lloyd Wright inspiration in the design of the house. And it was absolutely beautiful. Very natural wood look. And he had like water features outside. We were there when it was dark, so it was a little bit hard to see, but there were some Christmas lights and stuff, so you could see a little bit. Anyway, beautiful, gorgeous house. And he also gave us a couple of gifts. And this is self-published. Basically a collection of quotes and notes from books, which I thought was cool because it's kind of like a printed version of someone's, what is that called? Why can't I think of the word? The word escapes me. I can't think of what it's called, but essentially a quote book where you write down the quotes from the books that you're reading. And these are his favorites, but he published them in this little, with the binding and everything. So it's kind of cool. And then I had a book exchange with some of my friends a week or two ago, last week, I guess. And each of us brought a book as a gift to our party. And that's what we did for our gift exchange. And I got this one, which I was very happy about. And I was thankful nobody stole it from me. The Lady's Mine by Francine Rivers. And I love this cover. I love how it has like this gold glitter on it. Very cool. So this is, I think it is Francine Rivers' most recent book, and I have not read it yet. Yes, 2022. So I am looking forward to reading that. And then I have a couple gifts from other channels that were sent to me. The first is from Essie. I love this. This is a watercolor sketch of the Kilns, which was C.S. Lewis's house in England that she picked up at I think like, you know, like a craft fair, like a local artist to her. And so I love that. So I need to get it in a frame and put it over here with my library. So that was really beautiful. Charlene at Coffee and a Book sent me, and then there were none. This is her favorite Agatha Christie. And as it turns out, this is the next one on my list of Agatha Christie that I want to read. I just read Holiday for Murder, which I kind of inserted into my list of Agatha Christie that I wanted to read because I picked it up and I saved it for Christmas time. But then this is the next one that I'm going to read of Agatha Christie. So now this brand new, beautiful copy of that. And she sent me this, which she had planned to get this even before we came up with our whole Jane Austen birthday celebration, knowing how much I loved Jane Austen. And when I announced the epistolary January and I read the letter that's in here, so she wanted to send me this copy, and it's beautiful. It's one of those editions that has, I forget the name of the company that makes them, but they have the handwritten letters, or, you know, replicas of handwritten letters. So this is Miss Anne Elliot, Camden Place by hand, and it looks so authentic. And then you can open it up and read the letter. How cool is that? So that will be a fun experience to read from that. I know which one can that come out of. I have to find the right pocket to put that in. Oh, there we go. So that was from Charlene. And then Miriam sent me the Brontes' Tales of Glasstown, Angria, and Gondal, Selected Writings. And this is the Oxford World's Classic. Find out, I had read a portion of the Brontes' Juvenilia earlier this year, but this is the whole shebang. So I am looking forward to it because I felt like I kind of got like thrown into the middle of the story and I did not know what was going on. So this will be fun to read the whole story from their imagination of the lands that they created. And finally, I have a stack of books that I picked up at thrift stores and used bookstores recently, kind of in advance of my challenge to not buy any books in the month of January. So, you know, I stocked up ahead of time. So I have here, my husband is laughing at me. You know. Anyways, this was at McKay. So I unhauled a bunch of books at McKay and I picked up only a few, so win. This is so cool. I've wanted a book like this for a while because I love when I read historical fiction to be able to like mentally imagine the characters and the clothing as described, but sometimes it's a little bit tricky to pull up the image. And so a lot of times I Google it, but I love having this book where it just has sketches and it has at the bottom, it tells you what years. So this is 1771 to 1800, 1781 to 90, etc. So, and like, you can see the hats and the outerwear and the dresses. This is moving into the Victorian era. Let's see. And the other books I picked up at McKay. Now, I've never read these. I don't think I've even seen the movie, but when it comes to Austen adaptations, this is a pretty popular one, but I don't know much about it. So this is Austenland by Shannon, Hale, and then Midnight in Austenland, which this is a really nice hardcover copy. And so I picked up these two and looking forward to reading them as part of our Jane Austen celebration next year. And I have never read this, but my sister said it was really good. And it's a beautiful copy in perfect condition, and it was less than $2. So, and then this one has been on my TBR for a while, and I know I can check it out of the library, but it was $1.30 at McKay's, and that is The Secret Keepers of Old Depot Grocery. Amanda Cox is on my list of authors, Christian authors to try. So looking forward to that. This one, I may try to squeeze it into January because it fits Epistolary January, and it also goes with our Jane Austen celebration. It's called Dear Jane Austen, A Heroine's Guide to Life and Love by Patrice Hannon. And basically it's like people writing letters to Jane Austen for advice. And then the answers are as if Jane Austen is writing a response. So that seemed kind of fun. And it was $2. So now this is, I think it's kind of funny that it's actually published by Dover Publications, but this picture is a free like stock image that I have seen on so many self-published books. So that's kind of funny. So I don't really like that, but it is a hard copy of Lady Audley's Secret by Mary Elizabeth Braddon, which is on my list of 50 by 50 to read, and I did not have a physical copy of it. So I picked that up. And if I ever see a better edition of it somewhere, I might get that. But for now, I actually have a copy. And then we went to a thrift store and they have an ongoing sale, like their permanent pricing or whatever for their books is such that you buy 4, you get the 5th free. So I purposely whittled my list down to 5. But then I realized because it was Thursday, like basically the way everything rang up was an automatic 25% off everything. So it wasn't, none of the other sales applied. Like buy 4, get the 5th free, or, you know, 50% off for Christmas or whatever. Everything was just 25% off. So I should have just kept the other books that I got, but whatever. I have this. I want to read more Edith Wharton. Once I have reread The Age of Innocence, which I'm going to be doing this year, hopefully, I want to read more of Edith Wharton because I've only read Ethan Frome, The Age of Innocence, and The House of Mirth, and I would like to read more. And I read somewhere that this one is another one that's really good by her, and maybe a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, romantic? I don't know. Anyway, it's called The Glimpses of the Moon by Edith Wharton, and I love the Art Deco kind of cover there. And again, that was around $2. And also The House of Mirth, because I don't believe I have a copy of this, and in my quest to reread and read more of Edith Wharton. Also, Ruta Sepetys is another author that I went to read everything she's written, and we have Between the Shades of Grey here, which I did not have a copy of, so I like that cover too. And it's has this inside flap there. And then this, a very cheesy copy of a Georgette Hare book called The Quiet Gentleman, with this, I don't know, is this circa 1970 something here? Oh, 80s, 1984 is the printing of this, the edition that this is. But it was originally written in 1950 something, I think. 1952. Anyways, I have not read everything by Georgette Hare, but I have enjoyed almost everything that I have read by her. So I am looking forward to reading that one, The Quiet Gentleman. And then finally, I have a copy of this, but this is a really cute collector's edition of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I just love the size of it, how small it is and compact, and has gold edging on the pages. And I just love the feel of the pages. They're like nice and thin. And then when you take off the dust jacket, it's this beautiful like red velour with the gold lettering. So really pretty copy. And I love the compact size of it. Perfect. And it was $1.50. So I will add that to my shelf. Okay, so it's me a couple hours later. I wanted to finish up this video, but I had to wait for one more thing to come in the mail from Amazon. With some of my Christmas money, I ordered a complete set of books. Now, they're not a box set, so they're coming like one at a time over the next couple of days, but it is a complete set of Jane Austen's works, annotated by David M. Shepard. So last year, with some of my Christmas money, I ordered the complete box set of Anne of Green Gables. That is, I forget the edition that it is, but it's by a Canadian imprint and a Canadian artist who did all of the cover work, and they're just beautiful covers. So I ordered the whole box set of that last year with my Christmas money. So now this year, I ordered a complete set of annotated Jane Austen because I had already decided that when I go to read Austen again, now that this will be at least the third time for all of the books, reading them, that it's time for me to read annotated versions. I have read one annotated version of Pride and Prejudice before, and I just wanted to read all annotated versions next time. I feel like now, like the first time you read a book, I think it's better if you can, as long as you can understand it and get the context of it, just to read it, just to enjoy it and get the story. But then on subsequent reads, I think it's really good to have annotations to help with, I don't know, broadening your understanding and perspective, whatever, and giving you insight into the book. So I feel like I'm ready to read some more annotated versions of Austen, and I settled on David M. Shepard as the ones that I wanted. And he has annotated all of her major novels. So I used my birthday money and ordered all of them, and they're coming in piecemeal over the next couple of days. So this is the first one, and that I received, and that is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. Now, I won't be reading this until later in the year, in 2025. I think this is the last Austen book that we're going to be reading on our schedule for the Jane Austen birthday celebration. But I will be getting the other ones over the next couple of days, so I will be ready come February when we read our first Jane Austen together, and I am so happy. I did not realize how thoroughly it's annotated. Basically, there is a page of the text of the book and then a page of annotations, and so I am totally going to be geeking out over this. I'm very excited. And it also has some drawings and illustrations and pictures. I'm very excited. So that is my Christmas haul, and let me know if you have read any of these books, or if you have any thoughts about them, if you're interested in reading any of them, and yeah, just let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.